Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. So, obviously there's been a lot of hype, a lot of talk and everything about that regarding Bless Online currently, and this has literally just been posted. It literally has been out less than 10 minutes. And I want to go through this and talk about it and go over what I think about it. So, an apology and update from the producer on Bless Online status. So I'm going to skip through the boring parts. I mean, he apologizes, but it doesn't really mean anything. He says he wants to address the connection, login, and server crash issues from the large influx of players that some of you have been experiencing. Everybody. First of all, we'd like to sincerely apologize to everyone who who participated our head start as founders for the recent issues, which resulted in long waits and many inconveniences. So, our entire team is committed. No shit. Your whole game revolves around getting that right. No shit, they're really top priority, like trying to fix this stuff. What we've been doing, we prepared 3 NA servers and 2 EU servers for our advanced access, but the numbers of players increased very rapidly and all 3 NA servers were maxed out in the first 3 hours of advanced access. While this was happening, it was difficult for us to add more servers as quickly as you expected, and it led to the waiting queue. Now we've expanded to 6 NA servers and 4 EU servers. Right, let's talk about this. Let's break this down. We prepared 3 NA servers, but launched with 1. So no matter what, even if everybody went, fuck it, I don't want to go on the first one, it's going to be full, they had no option to go on the second or third one, because you only launched with 1, you morons. The EU is exactly the same. EU launched with 1 server, it got full, and then they locked character creation. They've then turned around and said, it filled up really quickly. We weren't expecting that. That's because they screwed up and called it early access, so Steam limited them in when they could release the game. If they didn't screw up, they could have had pre-orders and they would have known how many people wanted to play their game. It's exactly why every game company does pre-orders. Why? Because they send... You have 100,000 slots on your server and you do pre-orders and get 5 million copies sold. You know you need more servers, and fast. It gives you that time to fix it. But what this has done has gone, yeah, I mean, it was filled. We just didn't know what was happening. So we go through this, and yeah, it was filled up with the first 3 hours, blah, blah, blah. While this was happening, it was difficult for us to add more servers as quickly as you expected. So they've basically gone, well, we were adding servers, just you wanted it faster. That's your problem. What? So there are discords, there are chats between everybody talking about, okay guys, yeah, all of us are going to go to this server, we want to go to this server, we want to work together. So different guilds that are working together as teams or plan to play together are going to go to certain guilds so they can play with each other. Certain servers they can play with each other. Makes sense, right? If you'd have done this from the start, you wouldn't have this issue. Even if you'd have started, and it sounds stupid, even if you'd have started with 2 servers on each and then expanded from there, you wouldn't have had this issue. This is your fault. Do not try to put the blame on anyone else. Now we've expanded to 6 NA servers and 4 EU servers. That's great, but you gave us single character premium rewards. So all of my premium rewards are stuck on Tanara. Doesn't help me with anything because you don't actually fix anything. All you've really done is said you can go and play on this other server with no lag and no queues. Not with premium or anything like that. You just go and play. What? Right, let's move on to the next one. There was also a recurring client crash caused by using player jewels in game. We identified the cause and resolved it. Brilliant. Whatever. I hadn't had the experience. I hadn't had the issue. I've done a load of jewels and I didn't have the issue once, so whatever. Good that they've resolved it. The issue with the launcher loading stopping at 40% or being delayed is now fixed. Didn't have the issue too much anyway. What about the issues remaining? Here's what we fixed with the version 1.0.0.3, which is today, May the 30th. The issue with getting stuck on the Bless loading screen. So this has now been fixed, I believe, 5 times. So emergency maintenance, daily maintenance, Emergency maintenance that happened, I believe, last night, and then today is this. So I think it is actually 5 times they've said they fix it, either fixing or fix this. Authentication failure was identified as the issue between Steam and Bless servers when players attempted to log in. We will closely monitor the situation after the patch. So effectively, what you're saying is, wasn't completely our fault. Steam had a part to play. So they're trying to pass the buck, which they're trying to pass the buck a little bit. Get it fixed. I don't care who's to blame. The fact that it's only just getting fixed is a horrific situation, but it was workable. It was playable. Why? Because you could open multiple clients and you got in that way. So, fine. It wasn't ideal, but we managed to get through it. Next one. We experienced database I/O, I don't know what that means, delay to the large influx of players. This caused a lot of the lag you experienced while looting, quests, and other actions. While the urgent maintenance, we upgraded database system and storage to top-end models in order to solve the delay. This should improve the lag players see during crowded server times. Not the lag you'll see all the time, just the lag that you get on top of when it's really crowded. Doesn't make it better. You're not fixing it. You're just putting a band-aid on it. And again, due to the large influx of players, not any of our fault for wanting to play your game. That's your fault for making the decision to, well, no, not even making the decision, for just screwing up, honestly. So this, and it's very, very important people see this, it improves the lag players see during crowded server times. That's the important part, is that you're still going to get lag, it'll just be less so during crowded server times. For early access, we prepared an additional 6 NA servers and 5 EU servers that can be added instantly without maintenance. In addition, we reinforced our in-game logs to help identify the cause of server crash issues. So they've got another couple of servers, another couple of EU servers, great. Doesn't fix anything because the same reasons I mentioned up here. For single character premiums, they have to kind of resolve this. But I'm going to talk about resolutions after. Things they could do to fix this now. Again, I'd like to sincerely apologise to all the players who experienced any inconveniences due to server problems or connection errors. We'll be a development team that communicates with you. So, we will be a development team that communicates with you. I probably shouldn't do this, but you know what? I'm going to do it. This is one of the mods in the Bless Online. So he is only a mod, but it means that he has more potential chance to get information out. I tried to speak to a community manager and got fobbed off, basically. So what he knows, they're fixing the issues. At this point, so yesterday at 2 o'clock, that's over 26 hours ago, we had no information on anything that was going on. This is the first post we've had. So 26 hours later, this is the first communications we've had about this. This needs to be communicated out through Steam, Discord, Twitter. It's launched, so shit happens. They are messy, I guess, but people have no idea on a time frame of anything yet, and issues aren't getting fixed. If they were getting resolved, albeit slowly, people would be a lot more tolerant. We don't know it either, man. And he said, fine, I understand that he's a mod. Yeah, I understand that. I've been a community mod and support in other games with no communication. This is just getting worse. Even this. So this is what I said. This is all they needed to say to make people a little bit more comfortable. We apologise all. We have sent the dev. We've sent the dev the issues, and they've been working on them consistently. No ETA currently, but we hear you, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. There you go. The entire Bless team and I would like to express our deepest gratitude to all the founders for your support shown. Thank you. We're sorry we screwed up, but thank you. The entire dev team is working to fix things. That's all they had to say. And it took them 26 hours to do this. Disgusting communication. And now they're claiming, even their flipping Steam page is lagging. We'll be a development team that communicates with you. That's just not happening. Communicate with us. Tell us what's going on, and we would be a lot more interested and happy to stay with you. We know that these issues are just a few of the things that need to be worked on with the early access of Bless Online. We chose the early access format on Steam because the development and release of content for Bless will be a many-layered process throughout the early access period. We understand that many players are disappointed that not all the content they expect to be in the early access launch is there. So 2 things with this. 1, you didn't choose the early access format on Steam, you screwed up. Don't lie. Because the development and release of content for Bliss will be a many-layered process. Yes, shit on top of shit makes more shit. We understand that many players are disappointed that not all of the content they expect to be in the early access launch is there. So I'm not level 45 yet. I've been playing pretty hard. I'm not 45 yet. I think I'm like 38, maybe 39. At the end game, there is literally nothing. I'm going to go and gank because it's fun, but that's about all I can do. Am I disappointed that the content isn't there? No, I've played Star Wars The Old Republic. Star Wars The Old Republic didn't even have a dungeon. From what I remember, it didn't even have like an instance at the end game until like a week later. So it happens. This is what I can understand. But they didn't communicate it until now. If they just said, guys, we're going to have early access, it's going to be the leveling patch. You guys get to go out there, have fun, go and level up, and then in a week's time, we can really go hard. You get the content, everything's going to come in. You're going to get so much in a week or two's time. That would have been okay. Why? Because a lot of people would have taken it so much more steady. A lot of people wouldn't burn themselves out. A lot of people wouldn't have stressed their PCs and themselves out trying to play a game for 12 hours because it's a launch. Everyone wants to go hard. You could have had it nice and smooth. You didn't communicate it, and therefore it caused more issues. Along with the performance issues, our top priority is addressing the reported potential duplication bug. Once we can replicate this issue and solve it, we'll let all our players know. So, I don't know too much about the game past the information that's what's been sort of talked about already. I've been learning as I've gone, pretty much. So, from the information I have managed to gather from people, when you get the plus 10 messages, someone has gained a plus 10. That is roughly months of progress. And it's all through duping that happened on the first day through server lag, which is great. Once we can replicate this issue and solve it, we'll let all our players know. The problem is that people have told them how it happened, and they're still not communicating to us that anything's going to happen. So, one, we don't know if these players are going to get banned. Two, we don't know how screwed we are now trying to compete. Three, you've not actually told us you're fixing it. You've said once we can replicate it. They may never be able to replicate it. Does that mean they're never going to fix it? Most importantly, so this is what this bit triggered me. Most importantly. So all of this isn't very important. This is the most important part. We know that there is endgame content missing that many of you expected in the first early access build, given what's available in the other versions of the game. Additions like the 15v15 PvP and new high-level dungeons will be added in 1 to 2 weeks' time, with more to come soon after. So that's great, but that's not the most important part. The most important part was that you told people and explained to people that what's going on. Not, guys, 2 weeks' time, there's going to be fucking great content. You're going to love it. That's like me saying, 2 weeks' time, I'm going to order you a Domino's pizza. It's going to have all the toppings. It's going to have so much. You're going to love it. Oh, but right now, nah, fuck you, making as the pizza. That's the position we're in. Bless Online's early access was always intended to be a growing experience. No, it wasn't. Stop lying. Stop lying to us. You made a mistake. That's why it had early access. You may have had early access with pre-orders, but you chose early access because you were forced into it by Steam. Because you guys made the wrong decision. With systems and content being added in the weeks and months ahead. This is why we chose the Steam Early Access program. We are sincerely sorry that our players were led to believe otherwise, and we are happy to allow refunds for those who feel they cannot wait for the new content to arrive. We hope that you return to the world of Bless when the new features you expect are in the game and ready for your participation. So, this part is them going, we get it. They can't actually allow or decline your refunds. That's for Steam to do. So actually, they have no responsibility here, and they cannot tell you, go and refund it. We're sorry, you can refund that. It's not their decision. So this is merely a formality. Looking at the comments, actually, look at it. Just look at this, right? Remember this comment? Remember this Discord? With no communication, this is just getting worse. This is all you've got to say. Thank you. Reaching out to the community and communication is key. Wonderful. Thanks for all the work. Keep it up and don't listen to the hate train. Thank you and take your time and make Bless awesome. Good job. One negative comment. Keep up the good work. He's gay. Again, like, it's about 70-30 in positive to negative comments. Now, there's a couple of things missing off this post, and this is what I wanted to address in this video. This video is 15 minutes long. I'm sorry, guys, but I really was heated about this as soon as I read it. One, what are you going to do about the players that have duped and gained potential months of, like, of ability ahead of people? Because that is something that is game breaking in a game like this. Two, so far early access. I mean, so let's have a look. Library. 38 hours. Have I just lost that post? I might have lost that post. See if I can find that post again. So 38 hours, and in that time I've played about 14, I believe. I think is about where I'm at. I'm not too much further than that. Is this a new one? Oh. Okay. So I was about to say my next comment was, in all of that time I've lost all of the premium and things like that and potential games. So let's read this. Thank you for all your participation in Bless Online's early access. Due to performance issue, we regret to provide that we were unable to provide our players with the best gameplay environment. As we continue to work towards providing optimal service, we would like to apologise by providing our founders with the following. Despite the unstable server and performance issues, many of our founders were actively reporting issues and opinions on various channels. The vast amount of information collected this way is being referenced in our efforts to quickly solve problems. Okay. As a result, we've decided to especially thank all of our founders for their assistance and apologise for their inconvenience caused by delivering 2,450 Lumina to the account inbox of all players who purchased any founders pack between X and X. Will be rewarded in order on May 21st, so tomorrow. Once again, we apologise for the interruptions and any inconvenience caused. We continue to monitor our services and provide swift responses to prevent further server problems and improve your experience. Good job. Well fucking done. This is what they needed to do. So, why wasn't in this post from the executive producer? Because it means so much more coming from the executive producer. I'm not trying to shit on a community manager or anything like that, but when an executive producer posts something and they go, guys, we fucked up, this is what we want to do for you, it feels so much better. When you go in a store and speak to sort of someone on the shop floor and go, this is broken, or I've bought this is broken, it's, you go, oh, okay, they're going to pick it up and go, oh, okay. You go for a manager, you speak to the manager, and the manager goes, okay, it's broken, this is what we can do for you, this is this. This is the situation. And fine, they've rectified it a little bit. So, out of interest, because this is very important in itself, is that I need to install this. I'm trying to find the store for it. Say it here. Okay, let's go this way then. So, shop available items. Let's see how much they've actually refunded us. 2,450. So, 15 quid. So, half, about a third of my founder pack they refunded. They don't obviously refund, they gave me Lumina, but that's fine. So, actually, yeah, okay, they've started going in the right direction. What I need to see from these guys now is to grow a pair, start taking responsibility, and communicate better with their audience. But guys, I'm not going to keep talking. I've been talking for nearly 20 minutes now. believe it or not, this is not actually how my opinions are reflected in the game. Believe it or not, I actually love the game, and I will be doing like a first impressions type video nearly 40 hours in, so I'll be talking about it, giving you guys my information and my feedback, and I guess we'll just go from there. So guys, thank you for listening. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and more content coming soon. Let's see if we get through this slow screen. Did I just crash on the load screen? Because they just told me it was fixed. Feels bad, man.